Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to add my voice to my colleagues' concerns. The process is obviously broken. We're not conforming with the law, a law we all voted on and a law we all approved. Those of you who were here in 2007 voted, I am sure, for this particular reform package. It was what our colleagues on the other side of the aisle wanted. We went along, we agreed, we thought we had a process that would carry this state and get us an on-time budget in the light of day, open and as transparent as we can make it. Was it a perfect process? Is it a perfect process? No, it was not and it is not. However, it's the best we could come up with, and right now we're not even going with that. We're totally ignoring it. And I don't believe when we took our oaths and swore to uphold the law and the Constitution of the state of New York that this is what we meant. The first opportunity when it was inconvenient, we simply ignore a law we all voted on. We as the legislators can't do that. We've all gone back to our districts, we've all been talking to our constituents, and I guarantee you 100% of us, I don't know what everybody else was doing, I know where I went, but I'll guarantee it was typical of everybody else's comments when you talk to your constituents. The first question is, what the blank are you doing up there? Fill in the expletive. It varied from whoever you were talking to. What's going on with you people? Why can't you get a budget on time? If I did my house or if I ran my business the way you guys run the state, I'd be out of business or I'd be out of my house. You guys have got to get your act together. That is the message that is coming from our constituents 100%, and I will guarantee that every one of us has had that statement made to them. They want an on-time budget. They want it done according to law, and they don't want excuses. They're sick of the finger-pointing, they're sick of the acrimony, they're sick of the partisanship. They want a budget done. I want a budget done in a bipartisan way, not just a word. I read an article written by one of our colleagues where he said in an editorial that this budget process was being done in a bipartisan way. And as I read the editorial on one of the blogs, I said, what is he smoking, for heaven's sakes? I couldn't believe it. As Senator DeFrancisco said, there have been no committee meetings. There's been no bipartisanship. There was one meeting. It lasted for what, a half hour? And then it was nothing after that. The governor of the state of New York says, they're not talking to me either. How do we do that? How do we not talk to the governor of the state? Can you imagine if we didn't talk to George Pataki, if we didn't talk to Nelson Rockefeller, if we didn't talk to Hugh Carey, if we didn't talk to Mario Cuomo? What would have happened? My God, the world would have come to an end. We need leadership in this state. We need leadership that's going to bring us back to law. And we need to be able to fund the jobs. It's perfectly correct what Senator Libous pointed out. Government is shutting down. When you don't pay for the construction projects that are ongoing, that have been legally contracted for, when we don't pay for those people, those workers are laid off. They're out of work and their families suffer. The suppliers who supply the materials for those projects don't get paid. The restaurants in the area that feed them their lunches don't get paid. All the businesses that are related to those projects don't get paid. They start laying people off. It has a ripple effect that goes on throughout the state. It's not just that one project. There's a whole bunch of them that are out there. And it goes on, as I said. This cannot be allowed to continue. And we cannot have government on a week-to-week basis. We cannot have a government run on a week-to-week basis. Where's the continuity? Where's the respect? I'm getting sick and tired, ladies and gentlemen, of being laughed at. When you tell people you're from the state of New York, you're a legislator from the state of New York, and people laugh. That isn't very good. That isn't very good. We need an on-time budget. Obviously, we're not going to get one this year. So let's turn back and let's go back and do the process right. Let's do the process right. Let's do it together. Let's come up with a budget that works in the best interest of the people of this state. I'm willing to do that. I'm sure all of us together are willing to do that. Let's get it done. Let's send the message to the leadership. Let's get it done, folks. It's time. It's past the time to get this process back on track and to get us a budget so we can get back and do the work of our constituents. Thank you. I will be voting no on this extender.